let's talk about your journey into the healthcare field.
Okay.
What inspired you to pursue a career in the healthcare field, and what led you to focus on mental health?
So what inspired me to become a registered nurse was, as a child, I was very sickly. I had a lot of health issues, not anymore, thank goodness, and I saw the nurses and I saw how tender they were and how caring they were towards me as their patient, and I said, I want to do that. It's my personality. I love people. I'm a people person. I love connecting with people. I love engaging with people, being around people. I feel like that's one of my ministries, just to help. Specifically with mental health, I found myself in my own mental health crisis. I was in a very abusive relationship, marriage for almost 2 decades, and I didn't know how to navigate myself out of that situation. But once I started to understand that this was a mental health crisis, and this is something that I needed to seek professional help for. It wasn't something that I could do on my own. That's when I realized, well, I can't be the only one. I can't be the only one masking, pretending like everything is A-okay, everything is fine. And on the inside, I was literally dying. So once I pivoted that situation, got out of that marriage, and I realized, okay, I need to help other people in this situation and beyond. This is what I want to do.
Wow, that's awesome. Awesome. So now let's talk about some highlights and some challenges.
Okay.
What have been some of your most rewarding moments in your career, and what challenges have you faced that help shape you as a leader?
Okay, some of the most memorable, it's pretty easy in the field that I'm in because I see the before, mid, and after. So I'm able to see people propel themselves into a better space in their health, mentally. I mean, we separated mental health over here, cardiology over here, endocrinology, mind, body, and soul. If your mind is not right, your body is not going to be right because it's all connected. So my field is so joyous. I'm able to see on a day-to-day basis. Even when I was a registered nurse in the critical care field, I could see people on the verge of death recover and vice versa. So I saw a gamut, the entire spectrum of what healing looks like, because sometimes healing is the end of life, right? And sometimes healing is the understanding that I need to do things better to take care of myself. And then just learning that the healthcare industry, we got to make some changes. We need to make some changes at the policy level, to make sure that people are having access to care, and one of my missions is to really minimize and destigmatize mental illness. And when I say minimize, I'm meaning that to let everybody know that no matter what the issue, what the level is, we have to take care of it, right? We have to focus on taking care of your mental health and stabilizing yourself mentally.
So that transitions into our third question. So as a director at the Los Angeles Outpatient Center, what are some key insights you've gained about mental health, particularly within the Black communities?
Okay. In the Black community, I just feel like we have a ways to go as far as discovery on what it looks like to be mentally stable. I feel like in my own personal family, there's just a lot of secrets and things that come out that are so damaging to our community and to me as a Black woman. So it's almost one of those things where building awareness and building that understanding again that it's okay not to be okay, but let's take care of this, right? Let's stop pushing it under the table.
Yes.
Let's take care of it.
Awesome. What steps can we take to break the stigma around mental health and improve access to quality care for people of color?
Yeah, for people of color, one thing we can do is stick together. Let's band together and let's have the conversation. Let's talk about it because it's something that is kind of taboo in our community.
Right.
We don't want to discuss it. We will label, Aunt Gertrude, oh, she's crazy, oh, she's a little bit off, she's a little bit touched. But are we addressing the issue? Are we providing support to one another? I think that's really important in our community. So again, building awareness, sticking together, and helping each other, it's a struggle.
It is beautiful. Thank you. So what advice would you give to those looking to enter into the medical field and or mental health field, especially young Black professionals seeking leadership roles? Because you are an executive.
Yes, thank you. And I'm just so honored to be in this role and pivoting out of the hospital organizational structure and coming to this role as an executive. I would say, just like the other ladies that have stepped up here before me, that they're, you know, and I don't want to get emotional either, but it is
You
really,
can.
it
It's
is
a
really,
safe space.
it's really hard. It's really hard. It's really hard to stand in my values as a Black woman and stand in my core beliefs of integrity and respect and hold my head up when there's just an attack. There's an attack on you being confident. There's an attack on you being sure of yourself. Who does she think she is? So that struggle to rely on my professional presence and rely on who I know to be as a Black woman, standing in that strength takes a lot of effort. And so what I would do for our young Black counterparts that are coming up, I would just instill just confidence. And I would instill the mentorship, because I was heavily mentored in the same, town back in Louisiana. Mentorship was all around me. I didn't know any different, so I was very blessed to have that. So I would like to provide that to the younger population. So I'm always giving out my number. I'm always trying to connect with young people and let them know, hey, let me show you around. Let me show you what I'm doing. I'm here to help. Let me know what I can do. So just providing myself and my services to the young folk.
Well, that's beautiful. I met you almost 2 years ago, and what I can say is that I've seen you stand in your confidence. I've seen you reach out to others, and I'm just so honored that you would grace us today with your presence.
It's such a pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Thank you.